Scott, what ways are you utilizing IT to leverage data to develop KPIs, right? Everybody talks about KPIs.
Right. So we've been doing a lot of work coming just within my organization. I came in driving milestones. What I do is I say, okay, you have to hit a certain percentage of milestones of assignments that you have, because my thing is you need to plan, commit, and hit. Plan the work, commit to the date, and then you've got to hit it. If you don't hit it, you've got to miss a milestone, right? So you look at your goals, and you set up your goal as the stability of an environment, let's say. And then so one of the key objective or key measures you can do is completing patching on schedule 98% of the time every month, or completing the remediation of incomplete patching within 1 week after failure. Those are milestones that can be measured in a hit and miss way, right? So this is the part of the SMART goals and objectives, right? So that's one aspect, and we're doing that through on the service desk. Reopening of tickets. What percentage of reopened tickets do you have? What percentage of tickets do you resolve within 1 hour? How much do you escalate properly? So there's all kinds of things we're doing within our organization, all around milestones. And so there's a daily work set of milestones, which everybody has different measurable pieces. And then there's tasks that maybe come through a JIRA system or through an agile environment. Say, okay, I need this task completed. And we're trying to avoid people just throwing things over the wall and say, I need this done tomorrow. Well, no, that you did not plan. You guys work in sprints. You should have known this a week or 2 weeks ago. I'm going to require you to do the same thing, but I will commit to that and I will hit that, or that will go against me and my objectives. So that's one set of data. Okay. Now then there's a whole big area of analysis that they're using for the business, when they talk about likely to recommend, perfect flights and how they define those, and dissatisfaction scores. They do all kinds of metrics on estimating how many flights are going to be the demand and how high that is based on the weekend, based on the event that's taking place. Yep. A ton of analysis. Then you have to pull in the weather. How is that going to impact different events? So there is all kinds of data being used for us to reach and hit our goals, like a perfect flight, or being on time. All of those things, those are all measured and those are all reviewed mostly on a daily basis. So we have like running 30-day. What's your likelihood to recommend, or what was your on-time performance? Those things are all being tracked. So we have it at all aspects in the company, from a milestone of a person all the way to the goals of the business.
It goes back to what you're saying before about facts, right? Those give you facts, those KPIs. And so can you talk real quick about the weather, how it impacts, right? Obviously, I understand a front comes in, and you're going to know that ahead of time. When you're dealing with weather, how does the team shift accordingly, trying to take a flight from that's going to show up in Columbus and go to LA instead of, or reroute from Nashville to get here during weather circumstances?
So we have a team that watches that, right? And they may call the owners and say, hey, look, we know there's a weather front coming in. I know you wanted to leave at 2:00, but maybe if you leave at noon, or we can guarantee you a better experience in your flight. So, or we got to watch for cancellations, or when our airports. We're not just looking at major airports. We have, all of these smaller airports. As long as you're approved, you can land there. So you keep an eye on what's happening in those areas. Are they going to shut down? Do you have wind shears? What's the storm looks like? What's it going to do to your flights? How do you reroute things? That is all done day of, timeline, because you got to keep your pilots in mind, your crew in mind, your planes in mind. All of those things have to be considered. And weather is just another data point that's taken in on the whole piece, as well as demand, types of planes, things like that.
I really appreciate your time.
Well, this has been great. I enjoyed it. I love
this. I could go on for hours, but I respect your time, and it's great that NetJets is such a great part of Columbus, Ohio.
They are.
Great organization, and thanks for all you do. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
Take care.